Okay, here we are. Welcome to the second video on setting up Facebook pages. In the first little video clip that we did, we actually got to the stage where we actually created a page, Dog Walk with Henry. We added our profile picture, in my case it was a cup of tea, and we've also added a cover photograph which is there. Now remember, we said that the profile image should be about 180 by 180, and we said that the cover photo is 851 pixels by 315 pixels. If you need any help with that, hey, get in touch and we can always work together. Right, moving down here then, we've now got our page, and there's not a lot on here because at the moment all it's got is the fact we've got these images on here. But down the side here it says About. Now if I click onto About, then this will show us the page info that we've currently got. Now at the moment the category is Other Community, that's fine. The name is Dog Walk with Henry, and again we could edit that. The Facebook web address, and I could have a specific Facebook web address if I wanted to. Now the idea behind that is that I could say to people, yeah, it's facebook.com/ and then my address, and that would help people to find it much quicker. Here I can give it the start info, so joined Facebook. Here I've got a short description, dog walking. I could edit that and put a little bit more in there. And then we've got Impressum. Now Impressum is a requirement in a few European countries, and what it actually is it says who actually owns the page, and it's a legal requirement, as I say, in Germany, I think Italy as well. However, it doesn't harm to put something in here. So if I put in that my business is called Wickley Services Limited, trading as Illuminate ICT, and then save my changes, and so we've actually got the Impressum in there. Now underneath here we've got a long description, so I could write a long description for my page. Again, it's a good idea because it helps people to get an idea of what we're about before they actually commit to too much. I've got a website in here, and here I could enter an official page, so if there was an official page then I could actually enter that in here. Now there isn't an official page, so I'm quite happy with that. And there's a Facebook ID. Moving back up to the top, I can then move on to settings. So here I've got settings, and now I can wander through my settings. Now here I've got the page visibility. Now if I click onto it, as you can see, my page is currently unpublished. Now it's unpublished so that we don't get lots of people accidentally stumbling across the page and joining the page before I'm ready for it to be published. As soon as I'm happy, in fact it works if I'm miserable, I can publish that page and save the changes, and that page is now published and it is available for people to find on the web and in Facebook. Underneath here I've got the options of who can post to the page. Again, let me click on to edit at the side. At the moment I'm saying allow other people to post to my page timeline, so other people can come onto here, like the page, and then they start to post. They can add photos and they can add videos. Now I can say review the post by other people before they are shown on my page. Now I would normally not set that at all unless I was having a problem. Now if, for example, I'd got a page and I was attracting a fair amount of hate, a fair amount of people getting exercised about what I was posting about, then I may want to review all the posts before they're shown on my page. There is a temptation to use this as a method of disallowing all contrary opinions to what you're saying on your page. I don't think it should be used for that. I think you should be engaging with people who are your critics, but at the same token you don't want bile and vile messages all over your page, so therefore you can actually take it out of there. And again, you can disable posts by other people on my page timeline. So if you've got a page, you come back to your page after a little while and you find that it's completely flooded with horrible things, then you can disable the posts by other people on your timeline, and then you can go through and take them out before you re-enable it. Okay, underneath here, targeting and privacy for posts. So again, we can actually allow people to say targeting and privacy, so you can actually specify who can actually access the posts. Messages, people can contact my page privately, so they can send you a message. Again, you can turn that off. Tagging ability, who can tag photos posted on my page. I've got mixed views on this one. I tend not to allow other people to tag photos on my page. I tend to be the person who tags, or other admins may be the people who tag, but we really want some degree of anonymity, so I don't want everybody getting on there and tagging all sorts of people. Country restrictions, we can say that this page is only shown to people in the United Kingdom, for example, and again I could click here and I could actually extend that to the USA. So there we go. So now people in America and the United Kingdom can actually see that. I could actually say hide this page from viewers in these countries, so I can turn it on its head and say that people who are in the United Kingdom and the United States can't see this page. So again, we can actually play about with that to do whatever we want to do, and save the changes or cancel if I haven't made any changes. Age restrictions, the page is shown to everyone. Again, if I click on to edit, then I could actually put some age restrictions. At the moment it's anyone 13 plus. Here I can say people over certain ages, or indeed I could actually specify that it's alcohol related. So I'm quite happy that anybody can see what we're writing here. A profanity filter, sorry, I missed one out there. The page moderation would allow me to add in words that I wanted to block from this particular page. So for example, it could be that I would want certain swear words to be blocked. So for example, I may not object to somebody typing roll on the floor laughing, ROFL, but I really didn't want them to type RTFM, read the manual. So I could actually take something out there and specify which ones they can use, which ones they can't use. The problem is that I need to then go and post and type in all of the words that I object to onto the page, which is time consuming, and of course the nature of language is that there are ways of getting around all of these things, so I tend not to bother with page moderation. Profanity filter, again at the moment it's turned off, and I could turn it on, and what the profanity filter would do is it would allow me to choose whether to block certain profanities from the page, and what would be chosen to block would be from what was commonly reported as words and phrases and marked offensive by the community. So again, I would actually have it medium or strong depending upon what was actually happening. Similar page suggestions, choose whether your page is recommended to others. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Comment rankings is turned on for my page. Well, again, that would allow me to sort of say that when people comment on a post, then it would actually come to the top. So therefore, the most commented on, i.e. the most active discussion, would be at the top of the page rather than down the bottom somewhere. Merge pages, so if I've got duplicate pages I can merge them, and remove the page would allow me to delete the page. Moving across here then to the side, we've looked at general. Let's look at the post attribution. So here we can actually say, do we want to post these messages and put the post attributed against Dog Walk with Henry, or do I post them as Pete Reed? Notifications. At the moment I would get a notification every time anybody entered a new message, gave me a new mention, new comments, edits on the comments, new likes on the page post, new likes on the page, edit to any post that I've written. And I would get all of these notifications, and I would get an email every time that anybody made any important changes to the page. Now that is wonderful, I think, when we're first starting out, because when we're first creating a page, what we really want to do is to make sure that anybody who comes onto the page feels that it's a vibrant community. So if they type on hello, then I want to get back to them and type hello before they've had a chance to sort of wander off or feel that there's nobody looking at the page, therefore it's a complete waste of time. However, once the page has been running for a little while and we're starting to get a good number of followers onto the page, then I would tend to turn it down to get one notification every 12 or 24 hours. And indeed, if I was just going to be then managing the page as an admin but not actively involved, then indeed I would turn that off so that I wasn't getting bombarded with new information all the time. Page roles. The page roles allow us to actually identify who is going to be active and who's going to help to manage this particular page. I created a page, therefore there's me as the admin, and we can actually add more people to the admin role, and indeed there's other roles available as well. Now I would always suggest that there should be a couple of page admins for any community organisation. Indeed, where possible, I would suggest that somebody outside of the organisation who is known to the organisation is also an admin, on the grounds that if there is a problem inside of the organisation and the person who is the admin inside the organisation is no longer available for whatever reason, there's somebody outside the organisation who can be invited to come and do something inside of that. So I'm the admin for a number of organisations around the area, purely on that basis that if they need me to, I can come in and help them sort out any issues. If you want to have somebody here, then all you would do is type in the name or email address of the person. However, they would need to like the page first, so that would help them to get involved there. The preferred page audience allows us to specify the age range and the location of the people. Apps will allow us to specify any apps that's required, and again we can just go and have a look and see what apps there are available. Suggested edits, people can suggest edits. Featured would allow us to specify if we actually liked any pages at the page, then we could potentially feature them. So say for example we were a beekeeping group and we wanted to make sure that everybody was aware about our beekeeping. If we actually spotted a useful page that somebody else was running that was talking about some of the issues of the hive, we could actually link to that page and specify that that was a featured page, a featured like, and other people may well then get involved inside of that. Mobile, we can no longer update the site through mobile, so again if you've got an iPhone you may be able to want to play in here. Banned users, you can ban a user from your site, and the banned user is named and shamed inside of the list here, and so therefore you can actually see who has been banned, and a banned user will not be able to get on and access your site or your page, which is a good thing. However, be wary of overusing this because again, as I was saying before, it is useful to create and manage a discussion rather than to block everybody because they've said something you don't particularly approve of. Page support, we can go to the help center and the activity log would show us all that's happened on side of this page, and as you can see, it is not a lot. We've got no posts. All we've done today is we've created the profile image and we've created the cover photo. We've done nothing else at all. Okay then, so here we go back to the page, and there we've now set up all of the details and we're ready to actually start work. Okay, thank you very much then. Cheers.